Hey, how's everybody doing today? Taylor Dunn coming at you from ohheader.com, and in today's video we are going to talk about how to figure out the estimated sales per month for an item and why that is important. But real quick introduction. My name is Taylor. I'm coming at you from ohheader.com. OHEader is the industry's leading online arbitrage lead list. What that means is if you are a brand new seller or you have been selling on Amazon for a few years now and you want to open yourself up to more opportunity, more items that you can buy for a low price and resell for a higher price, we are that service that brings those leads to you. So if you want to know more information about us, subscribe to this channel. Join our free Facebook group. The links are in the description. Also, the links to our website is also in the description. So enough about that. So estimated sales per month. Why is this important? The reason why it's important is when you are making a buying decision, when you found an item, you maybe got off of our lead list and you're saying, okay, how many of these units of this item should I buy? Knowing how quickly the item is selling will help you not buy too much. Now, the reason why I say buy too much is because you can never buy too little. If you order a product and say you buy 2 or 3 units of that product and send it into Amazon and it sells very quickly, well, you can always go back and buy more. But buying too much of an item is where you get into trouble. If you order too much, what you're doing is you're tying up your money and you're waiting for this item to sell before you can recoup your cost and your profit and then reinvest in the next item. So always buying shallow or buying a few of an item is always the safe bet. Buying too much of an item is where you can get in trouble. So understanding how quickly an item is selling will help you make a good buying decision. So right now I got 3 items up here, all in the beauty and personal care category. And I have one here at a 80,000 rank, I have one here at a 56,000 rank, and I have one here at a 2,000 rank. So we're going to look at 3 items roughly from the slower selling one to a very fast selling one so you can see the difference. So one of the best ways to get started in understanding how the history of an item, whether it's price history or how often it sells, is to look at the Keepa graph. Now, Keepa is a tool. It is 100% free to add to your browser as an extension, or you can go on their website, and that is keepa.com. And what it is it's this graph right here that you're seeing on my screen. Now, I've done a whole video on Keepa and this graph, and I've broken down all the information on this graph. So if you want to know more about Keepa, go ahead and look into our channel, and you'll find the video on Keepa, and it'll kind of answer a lot of these questions. But right now in this video, I'm just going to go over it. So we're looking at the sales rank line, which is this green line, and you will see that the line will grow and then quickly shoot down, and that is a sales rank drop. And what that means is that the item at some point sold, which caused it to get a lower sales rank from Amazon. So when you're looking at this graph, just seeing the Keepa spikes is extremely helpful and gives you a visual idea of how often an item is selling. So you'll look at the 80,000 rank product that I'm looking at now. You see that there's plenty of sales rank drops in this. But if I were to compare that with the 56,000 rank one, you'll notice that there's quite a bit more sales rank drops. And then if I go to the 2,000 ranked item, you'll see that there is a whole bunch. It is constantly moving. That line is never stagnant. It's always dropping down. So you'll visually see that just the difference between this sales rank and the 80,000 sales rank will give you a rough idea of, wow, okay, obviously the one with the 2,000 sales rank is selling extremely quickly. So when you're looking at that visually, that's nice to see, and it's easy to make a quick decision looking at that. If you want to know more tools, you can hover over the statistics portion of the Keepa graph, and if you look at the sales rank column at the bottom where it says drops, you'll see that this item has had 15 sales rank drops in the last month, which is really nice. You should say, oh, well, if it's dropped 15 times that month, that means the item is selling 15 times per month. And that would make sense, but that's not exactly right. And the reason why is because Keepa, even though it is probably the best price and sales history tool out there, doesn't always update constantly. They may update an item, check an item maybe 3 times a week. And then on another item, they may check it every single day constantly because it's constantly selling and it's a very fast moving product. So sales rank drops per month doesn't exactly correlate with 15 sales per month. And I'm going to show you another tool called Jungle Scout to show you the difference between two different tools. Jungle Scout is an extremely valuable tool. It is a tool that you do have to pay for. And what it does is it tracks all the information on a product. So here's our 80,000 rank product. Okay, you'll have the price, the current sales rank, and then the estimated sales per month that Jungle Scout is giving. And now Jungle Scout is giving this product, it's saying that this item is selling 38 times per month. The way Jungle Scout gets that information is it looks at the current sales rank and will estimate the sales based off of that current sales rank. So at an 80,000 rank, it should be roughly selling 38 times per month. Well, that is different between the Jungle Scout and the Keepa. Now, Keepa is saying that it's had 15 sales rank drops. So there's a big difference between the two. And I would say if you're just getting started and you're not used to looking at Keepa graphs, get multiple sources. So Jungle Scout's a source, Keepa is a source, Camel is another source that will give you sales history on a particular item. And there's a whole bunch out there too, the FBA calculator and other things like that. We usually only use Keepa and Jungle Scout in our FBA business. One of that is because we have so much experience now from buying items, is that we can look at the Keepa graph and we have a pretty good understanding of how many we should be buying on an item. But when you're new, these tools can be extremely helpful. Let me show you the other one, the 56,000 rank. 56,000 rank, if you look at the sales rank drops, it says that the item is selling roughly 28 per month based off of the sales rank drop. But if I go up here to Jungle Scout and I run the Jungle Scout report, it's telling me that the item right here, our 56,000 rank item, it should be selling around 83 per month based off of the current sales rank. So a nice way that you can look at this is you can say, okay, well, I got a big difference between the two. What is the average sales rank? All right, the average sales rank on this product, if I look at the statistics on Keepa, the average sales rank in the last 90 days is 65,105. So we know that in the last 90 days, this product has been averaging a 65,000 rank. Well, if I'm looking at Jungle Scout, right now, it's ranked at 56,000, so Jungle Scout's saying that it should be selling around 83 sales per month. But the average sales rank is 65,000, so maybe those sales per month are actually maybe a little bit less. Maybe it's more like 75 to 70 units per month that the item is selling. So that all that information is helpful, but there's nothing out there that will give you an exact number. There's no tool out there that's going to say you are going to sell 50 per month on the dot, 100% certainty. All these tools are just estimating how quickly an item will be selling. Now, if I go to the item that's a 2,000 sales rank, where you have all these spikes, and I look at the statistics, the sales rank has dropped 208 times per month, which is nice. But if I go to the Jungle Scout recording right now at its current rank, it should be selling 1,773. So you have this large discrepancy. In a nutshell, what I'm saying is there's no surefire way to know whether or not an item is going to sell so many per month. There's estimations which are helpful in understanding the data that you're looking at and getting a better picture of, okay, well, I'm looking at an item with a 56,000 rank, for instance, or around a 50 to 60,000 rank. Well, it's probably selling, between the statistics telling me 28 per month and Jungle Scout, which is telling me 83, it's probably selling 40 to 50 a month. All right, that's nice. So what you want to do is you want to look at all the data and kind of guess. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, you kind of want to guess, okay, well, roughly maybe this is selling, probably about 50 per month. All right, so now you know a rough idea of how often an item is selling, around 50 per month on this particular product. All right, what's the other thing that you need to know? You need to know your competition. So I'm going to go look at the FBA offers, and the reason why I'm only looking at the FBA offers is because I'm selling using Amazon's fulfillment method, so the FBA method. So that's my competition. And right here I see that there's only 2 FBA sellers on this particular product. FBA sellers are going to get the buy box more often than a merchant fulfill seller will, because it's Amazon's service that you are using to fulfill your order. So Amazon will give you the buy box more often than not. So if my competition is 2, and I have a rough idea that this item is selling around 50 per month, it's a good bet that if you were to come in on this item, on this listing, there'd now be 3 offers. So instead of selling 25 per month for these 2 offers, you're now sharing those 50 sales per month between the 3 of you for FBA. Now the other thing you got to consider is that there is merchant fulfill offers on this. So on this item, there's actually 12. There's 12 merchant fulfill offers currently on this product, and I take all that into consideration when I'm making my buying decision. So now we're talking about an item that's selling, if it was just FBA sellers and it was selling 50 times per month, and you were just to split those with the FBA sellers, that would be roughly 15 sales per month for each of you. But there's also merchant fulfill offers. I would never say that you should look at a merchant fulfill offer the same way as you look at an FBA competitor, because they aren't going to get the buy box nearly as much, but it is a factor. So we went from an item that was selling 50 times per month. If we were just looking at the FBA competition, it would roughly be about 15 sales per month. There is merchant fulfill offers, so you want to be a little bit lighter. So maybe around 9 to 10 sales per month is what you might be able to hope for at best on a particular product like this. So if I was going to buy these and I wanted to stay safe, I might only buy 3 or 4 of this particular item, send that in, make my money on that, and then go invest in a new product. Which is really the whole root of this video, and what I want to talk about is, although sales per month are important and estimating them, you should never go too deep on a product. Stay safe. There's plenty of opportunity, there's plenty of items out there that you can purchase and go deeper on, or say that you can purchase and spread your money out thin. So I always recommend that you go shallow and wide with your purchasing decisions. Never stick on one item and invest a bunch of money on that particular item. And the reason why is because you're putting all your eggs in one basket. Instead, buy a couple of each item. Now, if you're a brand new seller and you have a low budget for spending or for buying products, I recommend that you buy 1 to 3 items. No matter what the sales rank is and what it may be, 1 to 3 items, you're going to stay safe. Send those items in. Watch how quickly the first item sells, and then see how long of time it took between the first sale and your second sale, or your third sale. And that would roughly give you an idea of how quickly an item is selling. When you go shallow, you're protecting yourself because you only have 1 or 2 items or 3 items that you're invested in, and it's not going to take very long to sell 2 or 3 items. Whereas if you were to buy 20 items on a particular product, you're now committing 20 units worth of capital on that item, and you have to wait for those to sell. So when you're looking at sales rank and you're looking at how quickly an item is selling per month, and you're trying to determine how much you should order, always order a little bit and then realize that you can always go back and buy more. This is important when you're doing online arbitrage, to save all your buys and keep a record of what you're buying, because you can always go back into those old items that you bought and sold and you can order more. That's always a possibility. So the best online arbitragers or online sellers, they may buy 2 to 5 units of an item, and they never buy any more than that. And they'll just go back into their saved purchases and reorder more if they need to in the future. So sales rank and sales velocity is important. Knowing how quickly an item is selling is important, but it really isn't the end-all be-all for your business. The real recommendation, or the real tip that I'm going to give you, is buy shallow. Buy only a few items on one particular listing. Sell those items, track it, look how quickly it's selling, and then when you go to make your second buying decision for that same item, then you might want to increase it. So if you buy 5 units of a particular item and you sell those within a week of being on Amazon, Well, now you know, well, I sold 5 really quickly. Now maybe I should order 10. Maybe that will give me a 2 week supply. Or maybe I want to order a whole month supply. Well, I think 15 or 20 is probably a safe bet to sell those items. I could probably buy 10 to 20 of them and I'm going to sell them pretty quickly. So it's always better to go shallow than to go deep. There is no real 100% certain way of buying an item and knowing how quickly it's going to sell. So with experience, you'll get more comfortable doing that. Again, if you're a new seller, go shallow. Don't go deep, go shallow on an item and spread your money out amongst a bunch of different items. And once you collect that data of how quickly they sell, then you can look into going deeper and deeper on an item. And that's when you're going to find your replenishable type items that you can constantly be ordering and selling. And that's really where the money starts to flow in. So I hope you found that this video was helpful. If you have any questions, comment below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to get more free content from us, subscribe to our YouTube channel where we are going to be pumping out more content, more information. There's tons of videos on there already, so check us out. Other than that, you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.